Hello, everybody. Byron and Slade here, and today we are going to be covering Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. That's right, brand new character announced, and we're so excited to speculate who it is. Just kidding. We're actually going to be talking about MultiVersus.
We're gonna be speculating, like we did with Nick All Star Brawl. We're gonna throw darts at the dartboard. We're gonna speculate about what characters could be coming in this game. So, for those who don't know the roster, here's a quick rundown of who the roster is. We have Shaggy, we have Dog, an original character. We have Steven. Oh god, I forgot this diamond lady's name. I apologize. We have Harley Quinn. We have Arya Stark, Finn, Wonder Woman. Oh, Jake, I fucked up the name. Sorry. Superman, Batman, Bugs Bunny, and Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, the name you forgot was Garnett, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
So, so basically, that's our current roster so far. The biggest surprise, obviously, is Arya Stark with Game of Thrones. I think that kind of opens the door wide open for potentially any character in media, which is scary.
Yeah, from the Warner Brothers media empire.
Yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get underway. So I'll say before we start that I think this isn't as cut and dry as it is with our Nickelodeon All Star speculation, because you had a very, very good idea of like what they were going to include and what wasn't going to be included. Like obviously none of the IRL characters, and they were pretty much going to stick exclusively to the Nickelodeon cartoons.
Yeah, they were niching down, and in this case, because of Arya Stark, it's basically open game within the Warner Brothers Entertainment Media Empire universe.
Yeah, also including the DC universe as well, though. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not sure who they include after what we've already seen so far from DC. I guess that's where I'm going to start, because I think that's probably the easiest place to start overall is what DC Comics characters do you think we see? And I'm going to go on a Hail Mary long shot. I think, because we already have Harley Quinn, I do not think we see the Joker.
Really? Really? I think we do see the Joker.
Okay, so we already disagree there.
Yeah,
I think he's DLC, if this game has DLC after release.
It's going to. For those who don't know, it's a free-to-play game. So, like, it's going to have infinite content.
Oh, yeah.
If it does really.
As long as it's, successful, that is.
Yeah, if it's successful, which it might. So, yeah, I'm shocked there hasn't been a villain besides Harley Quinn. I think the Joker would be perfect.
Well, the only reason why I don't jump towards the Joker immediately is because I don't know if they want to, dive super deep into like the Batman universe without like expanding on like the other characters that are here. Like, for example, we could get Lex Luthor as the first villain released outside of, Harley Quinn. I think he would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Lex Luthor would make a lot of sense.
You could put him in the suit kind of like Iron Man, because, he has that suit. I think it was playable in Mortal Kombat.
Joker?
No, Lex Luthor.
Oh god, I know Joker was.
Yeah, Lex Luthor is playable in Mortal Kombat. I'm not tripping.
Okay.
So, I think that could work. I'm not. See, that's the thing. It's really, really hard to predict which direction they're going to go in, because they could also go with other DC Comics heroes like the Green Lantern and the Flash and whatnot.
Yeah, they could go with the Green Lantern. They could.
Or hell, they could go with what's the evil Flash called? I forgot his name. Where's the yellow?
I don't
know. The meme one.
the meme Flash. Okay, here's a bit of an oddball DC one. We have Batman. What about Robin?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about the idea of, getting Batman's most iconic sidekick. And then what iteration of Robin would we get? Would we get the OG Dick Grayson? Would they, pawn off, Damian Wade, which nobody likes that version of Robin for the most part. But, yeah, we could get, like, virtually any version of Robin, and that would be really interesting. We could
get OG, like, Teen Titans cartoon.
Well, that's Dick Grayson Robin.
Yeah, we could get Teen Titans Go Robin.
I don't want to talk. I don't think they're gonna.
Which is what I have on
They
the
might
screen.
actually. Oh, you know what, Byron? You bring up a fantastic point because that would be a dynamic like art style
Yeah.
that would be kind of different than what we have on the roster so far. We could easily see like Robin, Starfire, Cyborg, and Beast Boy, like
Yeah.
one of those four characters. I think that
Or
would be
Raven.
really fascinating.
Or Raven. The
Yeah,
fifth
Raven.
one.
How can I forget Raven? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
how'd you forget the one?
She's literally my favorite one too. I really don't know what's wrong with me today.
How did you forget about that?
Yeah, but personally, my most wanted DC character, it's also my namesake, Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. I know it's a Hail Mary long shot, but I really, really love Slade. He was my favorite villain and character in the Teen Titans anime slash TV show cartoon.
Yeah.
It's an anime. I don't care what anybody says. But also, Deathstroke himself is just an incredibly like cool assassin character overall, and I feel like
Yeah.
he'd really fit in. That would be my personal choice.
Yeah. Deathstroke's a go. I didn't even think of Deathstroke.
Yeah, Byron, do you have any personal DC wants?
Not from the DC universe. No. Nothing from the DC, but I'm gonna go wild on this one. You all remember, Space Jam, right?
Oh God, are you about to suggest LeBron James?
Yeah.
Oh my
LeBron
God.
James in this fucking game.
Dude, if LeBron James gets in before Michael Jordan, oh my God. I can't believe we could actually bring up Michael Jordan and LeBron James and be like, yeah, they could actually make this
Yeah.
fucking roster.
Technically, they may be open to being
No,
this game.
Okay, I'm gonna put the nail in that coffin. I sincerely doubt we get any IRL characters. I'm talking like IRL, either IRL. Like LeBron James and like
IRL.
Michael Jordan.
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't think we? I just had to throw in this my half joke pick. LeBron James.
I think that'd be incredible if it happened though.
That would be. Hey, if it happens, you know who predicted it right here.
Yeah,
you know who predicted
Byron.
it.
Byron had that read.
Who the hell predicted this?
Oh yeah.
But I had to throw that one. All right. Who else do you think would make a great character in this game?
Okay, so some of the interesting things that we're talking about in the initial video was a lot of these. Obviously, you have the multiple DC characters, and then you have Jake and Finn. So you got various representation for like some of the series. So the question is whether or not Shaggy is going to be the only Scooby-Doo character, because I think it's really interesting that. I understand Shaggy's like the meme character, but like.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have like the series namesake in Scooby-Doo on the roster. So I think Scooby has to be pretty likely, especially because I imagine where Shaggy's kind of feeding into the Ultra Instinct meme, Scooby could like represent, the goofy shenanigans that happened in the Scooby-Doo series with like, props lying everywhere and lots of crazy stuff going on. I think Scooby-Doo would be a fantastic addition to the roster.
Yeah, I was shocked they didn't pull a Tom and Jerry and had it be like a duo character of Shaggy and Scooby.
Well,
but
I
get
think,
it.
I think if they weren't feeding into the Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme, that
Yeah.
might have happened. But because Shaggy's canonically a Super Saiyan, I think they have to fucking feed into it a little bit now.
Yeah.
So,
And I think out of the main gang in Scooby-Doo, I think if you're not gonna have Shaggy in a game as like the representative, you have Scooby-Doo. Nothing against the other characters, nothing against Velma, nothing against fuck him.
Daphne
Freddy.
and Fred. Yeah.
Daphne, nothing against any of them. Maybe if they want to troll, go Scrappy-Doo.
The crazy thing is, this is not Shaggy's first crossover with the likes of Batman and whatnot, because Batman actually appeared multiple times in the Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
That's kind of crazy.
yeah, pretty interesting stuff.
Speaking of another like old series that's on here, we have a Bugs Bunny on here. We
The
have
face of the franchise way back
yep.
in the day.
We have the aforementioned half meme choice of mine, LeBron James. What do you think we see any of the other various Looney Tunes characters?
Okay, so for the Looney Tunes characters, I was actually, when I looked at this, I was shocked Bugs Bunny was the only one.
Yes,
I definitely
same.
thought we would have seen, more. Maybe not like a large amount of them, because I don't think a lot of them would lend themselves very well to a fighting game. Or
Yes.
platform fighting, kind of like Elmer Fudd, I don't think would work very well. Or
No, Elmer Fudd is perfect.
I think if I had to choose, based off of not just the fact that like these characters can get in the game, but also ideas for potential skins, I think you go with the obvious choice in Daffy Duck.
Yeah, Daffy Duck is a pretty good choice. When you think Looney Tunes, you think of Bugs Bunny, you think of Daffy Duck.
Yeah, they're kind of like the
you think
Mickey
of?
Mouse and Donald Duck of
Yeah.
Looney Tunes. I don't quite think there's a Goofy, in my opinion.
Do we see like Roadrunner? Do we see Wile E. Coyote?
I think Wile E. Coyote would be the most interesting character in terms of like a potential moveset.
Yeah. Oh,
Especially with all the TNT and the gag of like blowing himself up. It kind of lends itself pretty perfectly to a platform fighter, since that's kind of like what Snake does in Brawl and Ultimate. So
yeah.
I think Wile E. Coyote, if we're talking about just pure moveset potential, definitely is up there and makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Taz the Tasmanian Tiger.
Yeah, possibly. I'm not really quite sure, because I figure a lot of his moves would kind of revolve around spinning. So it wouldn't be too dissimilar to like the concept of maybe like Crash Bandicoot or something.
Yeah. I kind of sort of like some of the moves that Incineroar has in Smash.
Yeah, possibly. Maybe he has like the taunting gimmick afterwards. The game has voice acting too, which is incredible. But
Imagine that, just hearing.
well, let's lean more on the Warner Bros. Side of things, since we've touched a bit on Looney Tunes.
Yep.
We could probably see stuff like Pinky and the Brain
We could.
as like a duology character, or maybe the Animaniacs.
Yes. Maybe they'll come in the future, because I know very recently they just had a revival on Hulu.
Yes. So I think that's something I was thinking about.
Yeah, I would be shocked if we don't see, in some way, shape, or form in this game, something Animaniacs.
And I think there's a potential there that's never been there for any fighter. They could be a 3-in-1 character, potentially. Which, technically, Duck Hunt's a 3-in-1 character, but really you only see the dog and the duck on screen.
Yeah. But there is another threesome we could see in this game, and we don't know if they kind of are leaning into it. But how old do they want to lean into the Cartoon Network side of things? Because we have Steven Universe, we have Finn and Jake as our Cartoon Network representatives. Do they want to lean way back? Do they want to go to the 2000s? Do they want to go Ed, and Eddie?
Ed, and Eddie. So I think, because I think we talked about this briefly.
Yeah.
I think they would pick one of the Eds. I don't think they would pick all three. Personally, this is my crazy read. I don't think they would pick any of the Eds. I think they would pick another character that's like meme worthy, like Rolf or Plank or something, which would be like absolutely bonkers insane.
Yeah, Rolf would be like the Nigel Thornberry of this game, just like he's in purely because of memes.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about Shaggy, but I feel like Shaggy is very much a Super Saiyan. So even though he's a meme, he's not going to fight like a meme.
Yeah.
So if you get that joke character, I can see something from Ed, and Eddie. So I thought, go ahead.
If they had to pick one Ed, I think they would go with just Ed 1D Ed.
Yes, I think that would be the one that makes the most sense, because probably the one that's most physical. Eddie is kind of like
the trickster.
Well, not just that, he's also a bit of like a show-off and avoids like, but he talks a lot of crap, but like, he kind of gets messed up. Whereas Double D, kind of just sits there and be
And make
smart.
technology or something.
Yeah, big technology. So I don't see him necessarily letting himself to a fight. But
Yeah.
single D Ed, on the other hand, I could see him getting into like the fly of things, and that would make a lot of sense for a platform fight. He might even have moves from the other two like Eds as like supportive moves as well.
Yeah, maybe they like pop in to assist Ed with like a move or something.
Yeah, which could be like really cool. So when you said going way back, Byron, I thought you were gonna go even further beyond, like
No.
way back. So I was thinking about going as far back as the Hanna-Barbera days.
Oh, jeez.
So like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and
Yeah.
I was thinking like, well, do you think somebody like Yogi Bear or the Smurfs or something get included? And which Hanna-Barbera character makes the most sense?
And I don't have images for like a few of these characters, so I apologize for that. But yeah, like a Smurf would make sense. Yeah, Yogi Bear could make sense. Absolutely. Maybe like I don't know, someone from like Wacky Races or something.
Yeah.
But like I don't think they go that far back. Maybe they pick like a few like Hanna-Barbera.
They could get
cartoons.
Speed
Like,
Racer and have the excuse to put a Captain Falcon moveset on him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which that would be pretty crazy. I don't think they quite do that, but yeah, I think Hanna-Barbera is a little far back. I don't think we're going to see any characters. But if I had to pick one that was going to happen, I think Yogi Bear is probably the least offensive out of all the Hanna-Barbera characters. I know there's a lot of connotations with racism for like the Flintstone series and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's definitely a product of its time, for sure.
Yeah.
But not just racism, also sexism as well. Like, it's just one of those like really, really old cartoons. So I don't think you see anything from the Flintstones, and
Nah.
honestly, I don't think you see anything from that era in general. But that's just something I was thinking about. So we haven't even talked about some of the more popular 90s characters. I know we touched on Ed, Edd, and Eddy a little bit, but one thing I thought would make a lot of sense that I'm actually surprised he isn't on base roster is Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
Yes.
Especially because the series just got a reboot recently, didn't it?
I think so, maybe not, but like Dexter with all of his like gadgets would absolutely fit.
And the best thing is, they don't even have to have Dexter. They could pull a Hey Arnold situation with Helga and go Dee Dee or something.
Yeah, but I feel like there's more of a potential moveset with Dexter than with Dee Dee.
Yeah. But I still think it's worth discussing some of the side characters for these series. Cause,
maybe Dexter's mom comes out.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, we're in a reality where Hugh Neutron is probably more likely than fucking Jimmy Neutron for the Nickelodeon All-Stars game.
Yeah, that's quite something, to say the least.
Yeah.
Oh. Speaking of a series that has a lot of side characters, Powerpuff Girls.
Yes. So, the question to me, whether we get a Powerpuff character or not, would be if it's one of the girls or if it's one of the more iconic villains. And really, I feel like the only villain they could go with is Mojo Jojo.
They could.
I don't think any of the others necessarily make sense.
Yeah.
Probably because, they're not really as recognizable, but...
Yeah, they have been in a platform fighter before, that being Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. So... And I believe it was all three girls.
Well, they were individual characters, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
I feel like they would just pick one, but which one?
Or do you think they would make all three like a threesome character?
Like a 3-in-1. Also, don't say threesome in that context, Byron. Oh, God. We're going to get canceled, my guy. We're going to get canceled. No, but...
Yeah, do you think they would be a trio character?
No, I think what they do is they've released one of them. And then with the concept of skins in this game, they probably kind of like have alternate costumes.
Okay.
as I'm going to
Yeah,
represent the other two.
Yeah, that would make sense.
The question is, who do we think is the most popular one? Because I'm not going to lie. To me, it's between either Bubbles or Buttercup. I think Blossom's probably a distant third.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure which one they would pick, though.
Oh fuck, I forgot. I think it's the orange-haired one. I don't.
Well, that's Blossom. That's the one I said would probably be a distant third.
Oh, real? I think probably they'd go like.
Because Buttercup's the blonde. Oh, no,
Yeah.
Buttercup is the one with the black hair, and Bubbles is the blonde.
Yeah, I think they would go with Bubbles probably.
Yeah, I think
if
it's
they
either
only-
Bubbles or Buttercup for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Or they could go with a villain. Who fucking knows? Or both. Who knows?
Yeah, who really knows? It's actually kind of crazy because like we're kind of throwing the darts at these characters, but like we're gonna be honest with you guys, we actually have zero effing clue what's going on because like there's not really a whole lot behind the scenes that would kind of lead credence to like any specific characters. Before Nick All-Star Brawl came out, they had the box art which had silhouettes of a lot of fighters like Ren and Stimpy, Aang and Korra. And we knew a third Avatar character was happening because of like the stage count. So we kind of had a very strong idea of who was going to appear in that game. This game, we really don't have any clue. And it's even crazier because it could literally be any Warner Bros. Media, as evidenced by Arya Stark.
Yeah.
As to who they could be.
Which I'm going to say this right now. I don't think we see another Game of Thrones character.
No, I don't think. I think Arya Stark is going to be the only one we get from that series. That's not to say we don't see any of the other IRL series characters.
Yeah, but I have an easier read on like a cartoon character, a cartoon series character, rather than like an IRL series character. Yeah. Because there's so many possibilities known because of the roster we already have. So I got a few more oddball choices to throw out to you, Slade.
Yeah, go ahead, hit me.
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was about to touch on was, those style cartoons because Johnny Bravo definitely makes a lot of sense. I know, like, he was a meme before memes were a thing.
Yes. Yeah,
and,
like that 2000s, like, kind of status right there for Johnny Bravo.
Oh, yeah. So,
And speaking of a very 2000s series, Codename Kids Next Door.
Yes.
That is very, very 2000s right there.
Yeah, so I think they probably go with number one.
Yeah, I would think they would go at number one if they picked any of them, and maybe they'll pick like a villain, like I don't know, the meme villain of the series, Toilet Man.
Right.
Toilet Man. I still can't believe that's a fucking villain. Toilet.
I mean, cartoons, man. You never know.
He's like the Goomba of bosses. You take him out with relative ease. There we go. Any other characters you've got, Slade?
Okay, so and this is gonna be long. So this is gonna be this is like mind blowing crazy prediction. So Warner Bros. Media owns the right to Harry Potter media.
Oh.
And let me tell you, I think there's a likelihood we probably see Harry Potter in the game as a mage character.
Yeah, even though J.K. Rowling has quite a controversial history, we will note that right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But I very much could see Warner Brothers putting in like a Harry Potter character to promote the Hogwarts Quest video game.
Yeah, well, there's also, I think, a TV series on TBS right now for Harry Potter as well, if I'm not mistaken.
If so, that's wild. But yeah, I definitely could see, like, maybe, like, if they're going to put in Harry Potter.
Oh, it's a game show. Okay, that makes sense.
But
even still, yeah. And, we understand that Harry Potter kind of has well, not Harry Potter, but J.K. Rowling kind of has a very controversial recent history. But I don't think that necessarily prevents the game developers from putting them in necessarily.
No. And I think, like I said earlier, I think Warner Brothers could put in like Harry Potter and like Voldemort or something to promote the Hogwarts Quest video game.
Oh yeah,
That's
and
coming
not
out
even just that. It's
the same
also
year.
one
Yeah.
of those IRL series that like probably would lend itself very well to a animated cartoonish kind of style anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's definitely something I wanted to think about. So I guess
Yeah,
if
I
we wanted
actually
to go extremely
Harry
old
Potter. Yeah,
school with
yeah.
some television series, and I don't think they owned the rights to this, but do you remember Zorro?
Zorro.
It's like a Mexican masked crusader. Wears all
Oh,
black, has the hat and the mask and all that. With
yes.
the yeah, I think he wields a rapier. That's
Yeah.
something that they could easily add in. He could be like the Marth of the game, which I know that's like completely and totally crazy out there and would never happen. But that's just something that I saw that Warner Brothers kind of had some rights to that would make a lot of sense. I kind of feel like we're just really far reaching out here because we really don't. After Arya Stark, like you really can't rule anything out, which is like
Yeah,
crazy.
Arya Stark was like, and there wasn't even a like, hey, XXX is coming, XX character is here, blah blah blah. No, it's just like, here's the roster. What the fuck? Arya Stark is here. What?
Yeah, so that was just something that I was thinking about
Yeah,
overall. Was like going through some of their shows that they televised and produced and whatnot.
their intellectual properties. Huh, but yeah, do you have anything else? Because I ran out of stuff. I
Yeah,
ran out
because
of
as I
darts,
said, I was just
dartboard.
kind of going through and thinking, let's kind of return to animation a bit.
Real quick, yeah.
Um, so I was thinking along the lines of, you know, how Dexter's Laboratory, they would have those spin-off cartoons that were like 2 or 3 minutes long. I
Yeah.
forgot what they were called.
Oh, with the chimp?
Yeah,
Yeah, the chimp from Dexter's Lab.
yeah,
Yes.
that's what
Okay,
I
I
was
can see
thinking.
that being a
And he had
character.
like the Q costume.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get like super obscure into those kind of references, but who knows? They might do something for like the
They
hardcore
might. Yeah.
fans and faithful.
Yeah. Honestly, I could see that being a character.
Okay,
Yep.
so now that we've kind of discussed characters we think could potentially happen, or in my case, I just came up with a lot of obscure characters that would be like, holy fucking shit, like that would be crazy if that happened.
Yeah.
Is there any character specifically from Warner Bros. Media you absolutely want?
Uh, any that I absolutely want.
Yeah,
Honestly, I kind of want an Ed. I already said it earlier, but I kind of want an Ed, Ed and Eddie character. It was one of my
yeah.
favorite cartoons back in the day, and would be great. Even if it got a stage, that'd be cool. But like a character would be like even better.
Oh, for sure. And I think getting a character, getting the stage from Nicholas said, and as I said, it doesn't even have to be one of the Eds. It could easily be like roll for Plank or
Yeah, it could be
somebody.
small for like Plank. For all I fucking know.
I don't know how they'd make a moveset out of Plank, but they do
Hey,
something.
hey, like if Nintendo can make a moveset out of an IRL toy, anything's possible.
Yeah, like I stated, Deathstroke's probably my number one most wanted. But
Yeah.
if I had to go to, you know, their cartoons and pick one, I would probably go. God, that's such a tough one. You know what? Just for like the comedy of the content, I love Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck's one of my favorite cartoon characters of all time.
Yeah,
I would really like to see Daffy Duck.
That's pretty good. And also, I will say, after us discussing it, I kind of want Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote too. Oh, you know who I didn't think of? Marvin Martian.
Marvin, yeah,
Yeah, he
Marvin.
could be a spacey.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
could give him like the blaster. They could give him shine, and it would fit thematically. Like they could do a lot of
my
stuff
God.
with
There
Marvin
we go.
Martian.
There's your Fox of MultiVersus.
Okay, I don't think he would be fast or have crazy frame data. He would just
Nah,
have some of
but,
the
like,
spacey tools.
Yeah, but
It
like
would be like a Slippy got into Smash, honestly.
Oh, well, okay. At least Marvin the Martian would be like way more better than Slippy.
Well, for sure, for sure. Definitely not as annoying anyway. Um, Speaking of, I guess I kind of went on a tangent back to the Looney Tunes stuff. Porky Pig would be really interesting. Though I could also see Porky Pig being like post game like announcer with Bugs Bunny. That's all, folks.
Yeah. Or I could see like Porky Pig being the like, let's get ready, or like the voice of like the start. Let's just get this started. Like start.
Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1,
I could
fight.
I could totally see that being the case if they wanted to go like that.
If they wanted to do it for like the rep, yeah, they totally could do that.
Yeah. Or have that as a toggleable option. That'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anyways, that is everything I can think of off the top of my head. We probably, depending on how much like we sit on and we look into it, we probably could even have a whole nother separate video of just stuff we didn't get into, simply because the reach of Warner Brothers is absolutely massive.
Yeah, it absolutely. Yeah, because this is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers. This isn't Warner Brothers Animations, which would still have quite the lot to pick from if you include Cartoon Network, which they do own, and there is going to be Cartoon Network presence in this game. But like, yeah, you have a fucking swamp of characters to pick.
Oh yeah, because we didn't even cover shit like what is it? My Imaginary Friends Foster. What's that called again?
Oh yeah, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yes, that I don't know why we could have got a character from that. There's like a billion shows we honestly didn't even talk about, which is like insane to really think about. But that's gonna be everything for us tonight. This has been Slade,
and this has been Byron. We will see you all on Friday for the Game Awards.
That's right. We will see you next time. That's it, everybody. Have a great evening.